We're gonna get the factual in the
Every angle. What's up?
every
What's up with
angle,
the sex
all the
tape?
memes, all the
Hey, is there a
memes.
sex tape?
And that's the fun stuff. But like because of this FTX debacle, the markets crashed. It went, Bitcoin a month ago was like 21,000. Now it's 16,000.
There's been
Back to when it was like kind of like bear from 2018 or 20.
well, and there have been various legs down. And then the thing is, what I want to say is that I believe that there are contagion factors and the dominoes have they all fallen? And now, yeah, we've missed some time. Sorry to
Yeah.
our listeners,
And
but
then, but that's good. We got juicy content. It went from 1,1600 to around like 1,200.
so the FTX contagion dropped it though.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is, will the bad debt fall onto the other centralized exchanges? And so now Genesis, which I believe is the backing for, and I mean, these things are all
All
convoluted.
lending
Everybody lends to each
protocols.
other. Yeah.
They use Genesis, and
Gemini earn.
everyone was so affected by FTX because they were the main players. They were about to have a monopoly over the crypto game. It was about to be FTX and Binance basically, and Kraken.
We've been through this before, just recently. Literally,
Yeah.
3AC.
Yeah, 3AC.
Literally, like
But
this has happened over and over again.
This is bigger.
It's
than
a cycle.
3AC.
It's bigger, but I mean,
it's a centralized exchange.
but
like
it's expected.
The biggest. You could arguably say one of the biggest.
Brian, go back to the prices though. That's like your job.
BTC is 21K to 16K, and then ETH was at 1,600 to 1,200.
My point was though, there were
Sol got
legs
demolished.
down.
Sol got demolished because of SBF, and like it's almost like how do they come back? The publicity is so bad. Like Sol is down to $10 right now.
So this is the mentality shift, and this is what I want to get at with Brian. Sol is oversold.
Yeah, they had it. So before the news,
oversold.
Before the news, we were gonna say they had a deal with Google, the cloud base.
They're doing well. They were backed properly. Like, and then this is what they talk about, like, throwing the baby out with the bathwater. There was all sorts of issues with Sol being too centralized. The thing is, I went to Seoul, Lisbon. There is big money backing Solana. If FTX and if SBF fails, if say Bankman-Fried is not there, does Sol exist? Yes. It's a very, very largely used blockchain network. This is the case against. Brian is saying it's over.
This might be a show. This might
be a show because it's just like there's so much bad press. There's people shorting. From what I heard, the interest on shorting Solana, what you're doing is you're borrowing Solana shares from someone that owns Solana and hoping that they go lower, and then you pay them back in Solana shares that cost cheaper that you buy on the open market. The interest rate to borrow Solana shares is like 40, and I might be wrong. Dude, it's very expensive to short Solana. Everyone is shorting Solana. Is it hammered into the ground? Yeah, when everybody thinks a certain way.
Like shorting FTT, like that's already played right now. It's like down like 80%.
Well,
because
the biggest example is shorting GameStop. If everybody thinks that this place is dead, if your barber is telling you to invest, flip bearish, short them.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the prices, the thing is, we're not doing this every week as we used to, and we'll be getting back to it. But there were legs down, and then each news story really. So FTX knocked another couple thousand.
Was the biggest level. I say, like, you had all these small news cycles where Daniel says level, but it wasn't like a 15% drop like FTX did. Like as soon as the FTX collapse was announced, everything just dropped 15%, like 20%. Like for ETH and Bitcoin, that's like a big move. And then obviously the altcoins that got affected, FTT,